Good day. My name is Dana Pracy Guerrero and I'm here to talk about gender in line with multimedia on the macro level or larger scheme of things, which are industries. To start off, I'd like to show you the current numbers on the economy of media in the Philippines in relation to the aspect of gender. According to the Philippine Commission on Women, the labor force participation has a difference of 29% in the last 3 years between men and women. Based on the Philippine Startup Survey, did you know that only 18% of startups in the Philippines are founded by women? It was also discovered in the same survey that female employees in the Philippine tech startup scene have a 41% quit rate as compared to the 17% quit rate of men. Can you imagine that huge disadvantage? On a similar scale, I gathered responses, mostly from my generation, Gen Z, and the one before me, Millennials, and my respondents feel and experience the same way with regards to the media industry they connect with. When asked about life mantras and personal inspirations, more than 45% of the respondents are heavily influenced by men. There is a misconception that media industries have low market, thus less value is given. But there is space in the media industry for you. It is not just provided enough attention to, that's why it's mostly left in the shadows. In fact, I was astonished that all of my respondents have a media industry they align with. Simplicaple's John Spacey says that media industries comprise of publishing, film, animation, theater, PR and events, and a whole lot more. In fact, Tesla laid out the most sought-after high-skilled jobs in the Philippines, and most, if not all, are related to or inclined with multimedia. However, media industries here in the Philippines and even in other countries are still looked down upon because poor gender diplomacy is breeded in the workplace. And on top of that, the demand and supply factor is significantly high in the ICT industry as well. Thus, there is a need for prioritized action and movement to further the improvement of this industry. Well, basically, it all boils down to this. There's normally a lack of all-around representation of women, may it be in mentorship, coaching, or mere expression in the multimedia sphere. So, what do we need to do? First, we have to mainstream more diverse leaders and role models, not only for the youngsters but also career shifters and elderly. Fret no more, because now there is hope. Media has helped the youth, in one way or another, in their formation and skill building when it comes to solving concerns regarding gender that paved the way for the emergence of youth-run and led movements. Though data and research risen and were just popularized at the dawn of the 2000s, it's a big leap from how it was in the yesteryears. The plethora of information and resources has boomed now more than ever, which propelled the youth to fight for their sought-for advocacies. Now, the youth is at the forefront of recognizing the negatives and shaping them into positives into society, especially with the revelation and enhancement of the internet and interactive media. With that, I'm happy to share with you some of my knowledge when it comes to organizations that push gender inclusivity at the center. These are Great Women, Girl Up Philippines, We Tech, Pantay, Amarella, and Maya the Feminist Collective, to name a few. As someone fascinated with tech, I personally resonate with Women in Tech, more commonly known as We Tech, which aim to answer, what's it like being a Filipina in tech? And break gender barriers that go with it. As part of VTech's social media and blog team, we feature the stories, both struggles and triumphs of fantastic women on an industrial perspective to inspire novices in the field. And recently, just to share with you guys, I was able to have a dialogue with Keisha Mayuga, a fellow of a multimedia industry, namely communications or journalism. And what really struck me in our casual conversation were these words. No job is just a man's job. It's as simple as it may seem, but if you think deeper, Miss Keisha aspires to correct the wrong notions and take part in addressing the biases that come with being a female, girl, lady, or woman in today's quote-unquote man's world. You may access our full talk in the description box down below. So you see, despite the prejudice and stigma that comes with gender variations, due to the efforts made by various activations in society, we are starting to see change in lowering gender disparities and even an increase in tolerance, if not acceptance, in whatever our fellow's situation or sitch may be in the spectrum. There is still a chance. We just have to collectively strive, strike, and spark even harder to attain equality and even equity each and everyone is worthy of. Speak and be heard. Ignorance will get us nowhere. And with that, this is what my generation's people wishes for multimedia industries to embody, in that everyone must be treated well and fairly. Multimedia industries must be seen as a legitimate professional workspace. Respect and inclusivity are fostered. Differences are accepted and appreciated better, and that these industries continue to level and contend with foreign competitors. Discrimination has no place here. Let's free others from whatever hinders them to reach their fullest potentials, and that begins with educating oneself. How, you may ask? Echo the same sentiments and thinking as my respondents. Together, this dream of ours can be fulfilled if you do the same too. That would be all. Thank you.